Hey, what's up, YouTube? And welcome back to Coffee Shop Chatter. I'm Mr. Controversy. So before we get started, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and remember always at the end, comment. I also ask if you have X or anything that share the content as well. Trying to get my subscriber numbers up to at least 500. I'm only at 176, 173 right now. Um, Same thing with my watch. I was just trying to get my hours up. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and talk about, there was a young man that was plotting to do a mass shooting. You know, I'm a big fan of the Second Amendment where people should be allowed to own the weapon, but there needs to be checks and balances, and this is gonna prove why it's good that we have this. So we're gonna go ahead and get over to this content and over to this video and see what happened.
Well, new tonight, an alleged plot to attack the Buc-ee's on I-35 and two New Braunfels high schools was stopped by the FBI and the Joint Terrorism Task Force. The suspect pleads guilty to one of the three counts against him. Our Yami Virgen has the details that were not in a press release sent out by the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Peterson allegedly started planning all of this in November of 2022. Then in January of this year, he attempted to buy a 12-gauge shotgun, but was denied. This was in Comal County. And then he continued plotting, according to authorities.
He was okay. He was normal.
Tony Gaitan and Glenn Averitt both work at the Comal Pawn Shop in New Braunfels. Today, they found out Cameron Peterson pled guilty to one count of attempts to receive a firearm to use and commit a felony.
Because here I was talking to a guy that was going to go do bad things.
Averitt says when he first came in January of this year, Peterson ordered a gun online to pick up at the shop, but the shop ran a background check. Peterson was too young to buy it.
He tried to purchase a shotgun, but it was considered an all-other weapon in that it had a pistol grip on it and a shorter barrel.
Denied the first time, Peterson came back in May, this time to buy another gun. He was flagged by the ATF. After Peterson tried to buy a weapon and was denied, within half an hour, the ATF contacted them.
If someone's denied, then most of the time it's just a denial and we never hear anything.
Peterson recorded a video in the woods of a New Braunfels park showing him discussing the attack with his girlfriend. He allegedly planned to use the shooting at a Buc-ee's on I-35 as a distraction. Peterson then would proceed to the two high schools, one Canyon High School and the other New Braunfels High School. Sources tell us that Peterson was once a student at Canyon High School. Those familiar with the plea deal Wednesday in court tell me Peterson had one improvised explosive device, or IED, fully constructed and had the materials to create an additional 10. Peterson's alleged plan was to execute the mass shooting in 2026 or sooner. However, authorities believe that after he attempted to purchase a weapon in January and was denied, his plan changed and he may have been plotting to execute it sooner. So in May, he tried for a second time to purchase a weapon, but was flagged due to the alleged previous lies on his ATF federal form when trying to buy the weapon in January. Federal sources report that during this year's graduations, extra precautions were taken at both high schools since Peterson had not yet been arrested. On June 5th, he was taken into custody. If the judge accepts this plea deal, Peterson is looking at 10 years maximum behind bars instead of the 20 to life he was looking at if he went to court for the three charges. Sentencing scheduled for earlier next year.
So this is why you have to, I know a lot of people, like I say, a lot of people don't agree with the background checks because they think it's an invasion of privacy, whatever their reasoning is. I mean, I own multiple firearms. I actually have a 12-gauge shotgun, and I think the one he was trying to get, it's a semi-automatic 12-gauge. It has a pistol grip. It actually looks like an AR-15. It's that type of design as far as the actual body. It's magazine fed, like I said, semi-automatic, but it is a 12 gauge shotgun. I actually own one. So when I ordered it, I had to go pick it up from an actual gun shop. I wasn't buying from a pawn shop. I was buying it brand new. So them, doing their due diligence, doing what they're supposed to do, they did their check properly. It got flagged, so he couldn't get it. He tried it a second time. So, good thing they was able to stop him. This guy, he literally was playing this since 2022, as they said, projected to do it in 2026. But I think because I think he probably moved his plan up earlier. He probably was going to do it next year, 2025, because he was buying the gun a little bit earlier, or maybe he was getting it so he can break it in. Because with shotguns, they have a certain FPS that as far as gauge is to break it in, and you just break it in the barrel. That's the only thing you're really doing, and you had to shoot a certain amount of rounds to do that. So, like I said, good thing that that pawn shop they did the job. They didn't still sell it to him. I personally believe you still need to do some type of background checks on people. Like I said, if you've purchased some, it's possible you'll get it back quicker. My stuff comes back real fast, like less about 10 minutes. When I go buy something, they run it is good. Only thing's taking a while is my suppressor silencer that I actually ordered. So it's that's usually 60-90 day wait before you can get that. Um, but no, what you guys and gals, y'all think is this something you need, that needs to be in place? I think, once you get flagged, automatically, I think, especially first time you get flagged, okay. The second time you're making the second attempt, I think stuff people like that it should be reported, and then you just let the government, FBI, whoever, let them follow up on it and see what's going on. Because like I said, this dude, that's actually was a good plan if he would have actually got it to work. To be honest, to go to a Buc-ee's because there's a Buc-ee's by me and it stays packed. Had he gotten up there to where he can popped off a couple of rounds to cause some type of issue, all the police would have flooded to that area. Depending on where he may have had his car stash or whatever, so he can beat feet to get to that, jumping it, and then go to a high school. All the police are already at Buc-ee's. All of the police are at Buc-ee's. They're not going to send 3 or 4. They send everybody, SWAT and everything. Now he's over at the high school and got something going on there. So either they're going to have to split up resources, but they're going to think it was a coordinated attack for 2 different locations. So you still going to have a lot of police at Buc-ee's. While they split off a team or whatever, I don't know how they do their breakdowns, but to go over to the high school. So I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. And, as always, I reply back. But hey, this is Mr. Controversy, and I'm out.